Hey PUC, I'm Morgan, one of your campus chaplains, and this is what my family and I do to stay active during quarantine. We just take a walk out by the orange groves in sunny Redlands, California.
Hey PUC, we're here at the office in Palau Mission Academy. We're doing a lot of things to stay active. We're actually still working. We are teaching remotely. This is Miss Cynthia. She has a lot of work to do.
Yes,
of course, without having the kids, I don't have to put gel on my hair or anything. It's more chill, right? She's roasting me now. But yeah, so hope you guys are doing well and stay active for sure. Go outside if you can and stay safe.
True.
Hi PUC, it's Jamie. This quarantine has been quite interesting, but some ways that I'm trying to stay active is running. We have a lot of hiking here in NorCal, so I've been trying to do that.
Hi, my name's Zara, and to stay active during quarantine, me and my friends have been using an app called Strava to track our runs.
Hello PUC. This quarantine I haven't been able to go to the gym at all, so I made myself a squat rack and a weight bench, and I also made that set of weights.
Hey PUC, Dean Hidalgo here. I'm staying active by trying to run at least 3 miles a day or at least walk a little bit if I can. I'm also doing push-ups every night at 10 o'clock with Newton Hall, as well as every time I walk in and out of my bedroom, I'm doing squats and or push-ups to push myself even farther. So come along with me on this ride. Let's stay active. Let's get stronger together.
Worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder. Show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of every praise we could ever bring, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder. Show
Happy Sabbath, PUC. My name is Michelle Rye, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a PUC alum and a former faculty member. I was the chair of the communication department for 12 years, and I recently started a new job, but I'm still here in Angwin, and so I'm experiencing the pandemic here on campus, and it's really sad and lonely without you guys. I do have to say that I'm going to miss all of the students. But tonight I was asked to share some thoughts about being in a pandemic. And so like any good communicator, I kind of think in alliteration. So I'm going to use 3 P's. And those are perspective, priorities, and peace. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with those 3 things. All right, first, perspective. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be in Southern California right now at my new job, flying home on the weekends. And so this pandemic, although it's really sad, it has been a blessing for me to be home with my family and working remotely. And so I look at that as, you can look at all the devastation that's happening, but you can also look at your blessings. And so through that perspective, I have been able to count my blessings. Second thing, this pandemic really has gotten me looking at priorities, right? Because all the things that we thought were important, meetings and events and social gatherings, you can't do those anymore. And then you kind of realize like you can kind of do without them, right? Okay, maybe not everything. I know some of you are really having a hard time, but for me, it's really helped me focus and say like, what's important to me? And so I have really looked at my relationships. I've been talking to my family more. I'm sure you guys are too. I hope you are. Zooming and texting and FaceTiming with your friends and really looking at what's important. Something that really happened during this break, and I'm really embarrassed to admit it because this kind of goes to our parenting, okay? So we didn't really sit down at the dinner table on most nights. Shocker, right? I think most of you haven't either. But because no one had anywhere to go, we were all home at the same time. I was able to be home early enough, from my work day working remotely to make dinner, and my husband also cooks. And so it was something that started, and we realized like we're able to have dinners at home at the table all the time. And at first, my youngest kind of complained about it, like, I want to play video games, can I eat in my room? And we were like, no, this is our time. And so just carving out that time for our family has been huge. Now my son looks forward to it, at least he acts like he does. And it has been a real big blessing for us. And so just being able to kind of reshift our priorities, about what's important to us. And that's really, it's family, friends, relationships. And so during this pandemic, I've been able to kind of refocus on that. The third thing that I have been struggling to find, and I hope you have been finding, is peace. And for those of you who don't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And what better way to test your mental health than to isolate you and tell you that you can't go anywhere. You can't see your friends, you can't go to class, you can't see your teachers, you can't go anywhere. It's enough to make anyone go a little bit crazy, right? So what have you been doing to kind of help yourself find peace? I'm going to tell you what I've done. This is, again, way, way, way embarrassing. Okay, those of you who know me know I don't like to walk or exercise. Even though I play tennis and volleyball, yes, that's great. That's in a little space. But if someone were to say, hey, you want to go to the cafeteria? My office was in Irwin Hall, and I would usually drive to the cafeteria from Irwin Hall. I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of judgment there. Okay, so I don't like to exercise that much unless it's a game. Okay. So what we've been doing as a family is going out into the back 40. Do you know that the back 40 is amazing? It's beautiful. It's so rejuvenating. It's so peaceful back there. And again, embarrassed to admit it, we have never gone as a family on our own to the back 40. Like on our own. We would go if a big group of people were going, or if we got invited, or if it was, you know, like a church outing. But like, we actually would never go hiking on our own. So because we can't go with anyone else, we've been doing family hikes every Sabbath afternoon. And again, you know, a little bit of pushback from the little one, but now we're looking forward to that, and we're getting stronger. I can climb the wall. If you've tried the wall at PUC, it's like, it should take you 2 or 3 minutes to get up, but it's like this. I mean, you're kind of going straight up. So the first time I was huffing and puffing, and the second time it was a little less. It's still hard for me, but it's something that I've been really enjoying. And so hiking is something that we've been doing a lot of. We also did a workstation in our backyard, a workout station in our backyard. We've had little weights around, and you know those little things that you roll for your abs. I can't do one of those, but my husband set up a little like a weight training station. What are those called? Circuit training stations. And you would be amazed, like just creating a space, carving out a space, even though you've had the equipment, carving out a space that feels nice to you. It's spacious, it's outdoors. And so the kids and the hubby and I, we've all been doing little circuit training. It's really cute. Of like little weights, and then like a push-up area. There's a kettlebell that I can't lift yet because, you know, old knees, but we've been able to figure out some of the ways that we can get active. I tried to put on jeans today, and the jeans said, no way. Like, so, yes. So whatever you're doing to stay sane and to find peace, I would highly recommend that. So hiking, talking to someone, again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. This has been really stressful. And I know some of you have reached out to me and told me that maybe your parent lost a job, and you're having to really take on the burden of helping the family with finances. School is stressing you out because maybe you've got a brother or a sister around, and there's really not a space for you to be you and to have your collegiate experience. And so I want to make sure that you are taking the time to care for your mental health. Whatever that is, talking to your friends, talking to a professional. This is going to have severe consequences on us as a society, you know, this social isolation, if we don't do things to keep us healthy. So again, talking to people, my friends and I have done Zoom calls every week. Actually, not Zoom because it's like one more step to do that, but we've been doing like FaceTime where you can add everyone in. And it's been really, really fun because you get to see each other, and for a little while, even if it's just 10 minutes, you can feel normal again. And so I just want to encourage you, PUC. I know this is really hard for you, and my heart goes out to the seniors right now. Shout out class of 2020. I am so sorry. None of this was supposed to happen. We were supposed to be all together during our spring quarter, enjoying the last quarter at PUC. And so my heart is so sad. Look, I have like tears in my eyes. This is like really sad because I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, I'm putting myself in your shoes. I'm totally gonna cry right now. This is super embarrassing. I should probably get some water. But like, I really feel, this is so sad. I really feel that you guys are kind of getting gypped, but I want you to know that this is not the first or the last obstacle that you're gonna have to overcome. So I'm gonna read you a text, and as you know, I've been using alliteration with all these P's. So this one comes from Proverbs 24:16. I'm going to read you the New International Version, and it says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." And so what this verse is telling us is that we are going to get tested over and over and over again. As Christians, this is something that we have to expect. But what God can do for you is to bring you above it, and he can make sure that you rise above the calamity. And everyone else, you know, they're going to freak out. They're going to, I don't know, they're going to go crazy. But we're not. Because why? Because you know that God's looking out for you. He's taking care of you. And ultimately, he is in control. My son told me something so cute the other day. He says, "Mommy, you're really optimistic. That's a really good quality." And he proceeded to tell me about ways in which I had said, God's going to take care of it. God's in control. And I do have to tell you, even though I'm supposed to be moving to Southern California this summer, I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't have a house yet. And I don't even know when I'm going to officially start on the premises of my new job. But there's just this peace that has come over me. And it's really just from the total surrender of God. Like, I'm just going to leave everything up to him. And he brought this, opportunity into my life, and he's going to figure it out. And my prayer for each of you is that you know that God is looking out for you, that he has a plan for you. And even though this is a really crazy time, we are all going to get through it together. And so please sit on those three things, those three P's. I'm going to tell you what those were again. To have perspective, to be grateful for what we have. Number 2 was priorities, to make sure that you're realigning those priorities right now, since there's nothing else to do. And number 3, that you find a way to find ways to find peace. And so whether that's exercising for your physical health, or talking to your friends or a counselor for your mental health, let's find ways to make sure that we are able to find peace. And so I leave that message with you today, PUC. I wish you a happy Sabbath. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. I hope to see you guys at graduation if we ever do get a physical in-person graduation. God loves you. PUC loves you. Stay safe. God bless.